17th of January of this year, an army of helpers assisted in shifting my son's mother to their new property that they bought up here in Dongara. So 6 months later, and I figured it was time to come back up and have another look again. We left at 4:24 in the morning, and it should have been a straightforward trip, but we weren't counting on the fact that we were going to be sitting in fog for much of the way for the first half of the journey. So what probably should have been about a 9-hour trip wound up being over 10 hours, but we did take in a couple of towns on the way up. That was Badgingarra and Eneabba. Sit back and enjoy the journey. This is Road Trip, Albany to Dongara, 2025. Saturday morning, we're going in for a new set of light eyes on the front of this old girl. Those two light force lights have been on there since 2005. And they're getting a bit dim. And now we've got two new eyes on the front of the car. It's going to be interesting to see what they look like when we try them out tonight. It's 4:24 and it's Sunday the 1st of June. And I'm just leaving Albany and I'm heading to Dongara. So about a 740 odd kilometre trip. So we'll see how we go. So we're on the road. New lights fitted to the front of the car, and we're all go. Problem is, where I was happy with the high beam before, I turn these things off now, the spotlights, or the driving lamps. It looks like you're driving through darkness all of a sudden. Anyway, not to worry. Hopefully there won't be much traffic before daylight. The lights aren't accurately set up at the moment. Just put on yesterday morning. I took it for a quick run up and down the road last night to have a look and see what it was all about. But they don't throw as far as what I sort of would have thought that I would want them to throw. That he said to me that they throw a broader beam, which certainly is the case. It's, the old ones are a pencil type look. You could wind them in and out, but they were a pencil type look. But this is still pretty decent. Once you turn off the spot, that's the old high beam. It certainly makes a difference, no doubt about that. We've got about 740 kilometres to go now. We're doing it straight up the Albany Highway. We get to Armadale, around onto the Tonkin Highway, and then straight north, which takes us up onto the Brand Highway and takes us straight up to Dongara from there. Google estimates somewhere around about 7.75 hours. I'm anticipating that with just the normal stops, I'll be doing it in 9. But starting this time of the morning, I got a bit of sleep last night, but had the car all loaded last night, so just had to put the last few things in this morning. And it might take longer than the 9 hours to get up there, but if I get tired on the way, well, I can stop and have a snooze, so that's one thing. But we're certainly not going to be averaging the 100 kilometres an hour that Google Maps tell us we're going to average. Checked the radiator a couple of days ago and it was dry, and I thought, what? So I bought a litre of coolant, put it in, checked it the next morning, and it was sitting on top of the tank. I thought, oh dear. So another litre, in she went. Checked it this morning and she tickety-booed. So I'm glad I checked that. Oil hasn't budged since the last service, and that was nearly 10,000 kilometres ago, so that side of it's alright. You have to check the coolant though, that's for sure. Keep an eye on what's happening there, make sure there's no leakages or whatever. When I first bought the car back in, when I first bought the car actually back in the end of 2004, 2004, I had HID globes put in the headlights. They lit the road up, and then driving lamps on top of that. Then, well, I lost the driving lamp going up through towards Alice Springs, and I replaced them with the light force, which had just come off this now, 20 years ago. And I'd say the light probably would have been something similar to this, but not as white though, of course, obviously. And probably through a little further, maybe. It's a long weekend down here, well, in Western Australia, and I had planned initially on going up to Dongara on Wednesday. Getting a long weekend out of the way and the loonies off the road. Well, I didn't want to add to the loonies on the road, put it that way. But then we've got this weather event coming in the WA, and they're anticipating something like, in the metro area anyway, somewhere up around about 100 millimetres of rain over the next week. And a lot of that's going to happen Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So I checked the weather again, and today is supposed to be pretty fine all the way through. Now, it's just not Perth with us. It's going to be affected by this weather event. It's actually going to happen all the way through, right up. So I wasn't particularly interested in driving in that rain. I've done that before. I don't particularly want to do it again in a hurry. So I decided, well, looks like it's going to be a relatively dry day today. So brought it all forward. It's the middle of the long weekend, so hopefully the people that are down this way and then in the various country areas having their holiday will decide to stay there today. Well, we'll see what happens. At least there won't be any trucks on the road today. Well, very few anyway, I would imagine. Albany Highway. Just going to settle down around about the 90 kilometre an hour mark for a while. Got someone coming up behind me. He's a fair way back. He's dropped his lights fairly early. Like I said, I'm doing 90, so you'll catch me. We might pick it up a wee bit. Did I say there wouldn't be any trucks? 4:46. It's not going to be long, and I'm going to be overtooken. He's just got standard high beam. We're coming down into Mount Barker shortly. Mount Barker. Looks as though we might have a bit of foggy stuff coming up ahead of us. Servo's not open, but someone's sitting at the pumps. Definitely a bit misty up ahead of us here. Okay. Starting to feel a touch peckish. I grabbed some sausages out of the fridge, and I wrapped them up in glad wrap. Glad wrap glad bag, put it that way. I didn't bother about breakfast this morning. I wasn't particularly hungry when I woke up. Hopefully that fog's just down in the gully there. Looks like it. Hope it stays like that. What have they done here? I had probably about a litre and a half of milk left in the fridge when I left, so I grabbed that and figured it was that I could have a drink, and then I just pulled in back there the Kendenup Turnoff just to have a quick sweep. Washed down the sausage I ate a bit earlier on. Tenterden. So the store's gone again. Won't be lasting there for very long for some reason or other. 5:19 and we put 80 kilometres behind us at the moment, according to the speedo. Can't remember what time we got away, but it was about an hour ago. Pretty misty through here. We're approaching the turn off to Cranbrook. Really flat open paddocks out to the right of us, I think. Might back off a wee bit, I think. Right, that was the turn off to Cranbrook to the right, to Franklin to the left. For the moment, we're out of the fog. Turn the lights on straight away. It's almost like you're driving in the dark. Well, you are, aren't you? But really driving in the dark. What's the traffic doing at this time of day anyway? What sane person is out here at this time of day? Okay, so that used to be a rest area in there on the right, but they've shut it all off. There's someone right behind me, and we're just running this foggy bit, so I've dropped back to my 88, 90 kilometres an hour. But they're still pushing along at around 110 because I was doing 100 and they were catching up with me then. Well, he's pushing on through this fog, that's for sure. I was doing 85 through there. Look at him, he's gone. He's right up the hill there. Another one coming up behind me as well. Only a few kilometres out of Kojonup now. And it's 6 o'clock. Five kilometres. Well, it's 6:05 and we're in Kojonup. It's been patches of fog, some of it fairly thick. It dropped back to about 80, it's 85, 90 through there, and sitting on 100 most of the other time. So it's the first stage gone. 6:19, time to move on. Another sausage. So Arthur River's next. Cruise up through town here. Capot's open, all sorts of things. Either that or all the lights are on. The bakery, the lights are on. Yep, hard at work. Normally stop and grab a pie in there, but 20 past 6 or 22 minutes past 6, it's a bit early in the morning for that. Starting to lighten up a wee bit in the east. Another 10 minutes or so, I reckon, and maybe some bright lights coming towards us. .53 to Arthur River, 92 to Williams. Well, I'll get someone else catching up to me. Oh, he's disappeared. So we'd be approaching Beaufort, I'd say, at the moment. Yep, there you go. All the lights are on, but I don't think they're open. First area into the right there. Martup Pool. And we're coming up to Robinson Road. Arthur River 22. Arthur River is halfway to Perth. There's river and swampland through here, so certainly not going to plough through here at 100 kilometres an hour, that's for sure. He loomed up out of the mist. This is Arthur River. '37 to Williams. Scared the crap out of me. Scared the living daylights out of me, that did. 7:20. And we've done 237 kilometres. Stopped about 15 minutes or so at Kojonup. And we've had all that fog to drive through, so it's not a bad run. So that basically means that we've only got 500 left to go. Oh dear. This is Williams. So we're in Williams. It's just coming up 7:30, and hasn't been a bad drive so far. A lot of fog. So that slowed us back a bit. Tested the old eyeballs out a wee bit. The new lights, gee whiz, they do make a difference. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so we're going to have a little breather here for a little while. Might try and have a snooze or something or other, and then we'll hit the road again. Okay, it's 7:55. We've had a little bit of a snooze. A slight seat problem. Dropped the seat back and couldn't get the bloody thing back upright again. And the handles gone all weird on us. When we came through here in 2017, all of this around the back here was different to what it is here now. And they put all these new pumps and gas stuff and everything behind. So a slight different look to the place. Okay, so we're now heading for Armadale. Right off to the right is the York to Williams Road, and I'd like to do that one day in its entirety. I've done bits of it when I lived down at West Papua New Guinea, but I'd like to do it right through the Beverley. But the back of the seat doesn't want to adjust. Just a little bit too upright for my liking, but it's going to have to be for the moment. I mean, it's only for another 500 kilometres anyway. More fog. It's 8:03. So turn off to Boddington and Badgingarra. It's where we came out when we did our back roads edition of Albany to Perth. Down here is North Bannister, and last reports it's basically abandoned. Yep, totally abandoned. Well, I didn't expect to see as many trucks on the road as what we had today. It's a Sunday. It's a long weekend. Interesting. So now we got smoke as well as 8:52. Okay, we're coming into Yule. We're going to stop here and take a breather and grab something to eat or drink or do something. This is Yule in the Perth Hills at the top of the scarp on Albany Hwy. So we left Albany at 20 past 4 and it's now 13 minutes past 9, so nearly a 5-hour trip so far. We did stop for a while at Williams, and we've done 377 kilometres since we left home, so we're going to grab something to eat and drink here, take a little rest maybe for a while, and then we'll head off again. Righto, we're leaving Yule. Grabbed ourselves a sandwich. Availed ourselves of our loos. Interesting. Just clean the loos out. That's a sign there. Caution, wet floors. And hadn't wiped the water off the toilet seat. I mean, I grabbed some paper and cleaned it up before I sat on it, but yeah, interesting. Right, we've got 382 kilometres to go, 3 hours and 55 minutes I reckon. Oh, I reckon it's going to be longer than that. We managed to get the seat wound back another notch. All comfortable now. The trees with their autumn colours.
In 500 metres, turn right to stay on Albany Highway, State Route 30.
I hasten to add I don't need the directions, however.
Turn right to stay on Albany Highway, State Route 30.
GPS also gives me a speed that is accurate and tells me what the speed limits are, so hopefully they're all right. I might add I also had no idea how Google Maps works, so there we go. My own GPS is many years old. It's 13 years old and it's been abused to the billy-o, and when it gets hot it won't calibrate and you stick your finger on the screen and it does something that works from putting your finger on the screen somewhere else normally. So it's decided to do something stupid for me at the moment, and basically it's not usable currently, so I've turned it off completely for the moment and see if we can't cool it down and start again.
Continue on State Route 30 for 7 kilometres.
What will happen down here is we'll divert onto Tonkin Highway, and then that will take us right through to Hwy, and then Hwy we meet up with the Brand Highway and head north from there. So skirt around the city. It's 9:51, so it's hopefully we're not going to have any more problems with regard to fog and that sort of thing. Shouldn't have. Made things a little unpleasant for driving this morning. It's a pity.
In 500 metres, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the slip road to Tonkin Highway, State Route 4.
So I told you that was where she was going to take us, didn't I?
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the slip road to Tonkin Highway.
I only need one.
Continue on State Route 4 for 15 kilometres.
This old girl would be getting confused about now because that's the ramp we normally take to go off. The past always to go to Heathridge. I don't think she realises at the moment, but she's got another 341 kilometres to go before she gets home today. We've done 416, so we are over halfway there.
Take the exit towards National Route 1, then slide left onto the ramp to National Route 1. Slide left onto the ramp to National Route 1. Continue on National Route 1 for 296 kilometres.
So we're coming into New Shay shortly, I believe. Well, you shave it back there somewhere. Gin Gin is the next spot along here, and that's up to the right hand side, off the road. Here road to Gin Gin. Don't know what they still hold it out there. They used to hold the classic British car day out there every year. The collection of everybody would bring their old British cars on show for the day. The alternate way into Gin Gin. That'll be 75. Swap the tanks, 560 odd K. I think. different type of country up here. Different trees. Backdrop of the hills running alongside of us. Oh yeah? What's all that about? Bit of a look at the countryside over towards the coast. Or towards Indian Ocean Drive, that's over that way. 11:21, so we've been on the road now for 7 hours. This is Regans Ford. As you can probably see over there, to the right, they're one of those big windmills like they have in Queensland. Right, we're at Regans Ford, and I noticed that the camera had a weird thing happening, and the record wasn't showing, and the card had run out of space. Now, for some reason or other, this morning, but when I bought
Continue for 33 kilometers.
when I bought the camera, I managed to get an extra card, an extra 64 gigabyte card, and for some reason or other, I threw it in today. I thought I'll take it with me just in case. This is the first really long recording that we've done, and blow me down if yeah, we've run out of space. So it was a matter of extricating the card from the packaging, which is never easy. Anyway, we're up and happening again, so I don't know whether this card's going to last long enough. We are recording 4K, so we're 31 kilometres from Cataby, and we should have been almost there, except for someone running out of space on the card. I actually grabbed the camera out of the car last night, made sure that everything was wiped off the card. As it turns out, I've got another 264 gigabyte card in the other camera. I could have used that when it comes to that, I suppose. Anyway, we're covered. And I had the sense to do a little piece to camera with the Pocket 3, so hopefully we got everything covered. A squadron of motorcycles. Lake down there. I've got a mine over on the right hand side. It's yeah, it's into the windmill, pumping electricity. So that mine site was Iluka. Yeah, is that all part of the same mine on the left-hand side, I wonder? Well, it's quite an extensive windmill farm over here on the right. Car up with clacker, so I can't do much about showing it to you. Just suffice to say that there's a heap of windmills over there. Yeah, very different country up here. It's relatively flat. It's fairly well cleared, but what isn't cleared is small type shrubbery type bush. South of Perth, it's in the hills. All the road is through the hills. There are some plantations in both areas. Yeah, it's another of the Iluka mine sites there. There we are, Cataby. According to the thing here, we've still got 3 kilometres to go. Okay. Right, on the road again. $12.16. So nearly 8 hours. Seems there are 2 Cataby roadhouses. Aha, that's the one I remember. Righto.
Turn left, then in 50 metres, turn right.
Now we know. Badgingarra 42. Well, that's a trap for young players when they do that to us. Been a long time since I've been through, and as soon as I saw the second one I thought, yes of course. Oh well. Got a couple of wobblies to go around here. We're coming down to Badgingarra. Just might have a little bit of a look around this one.
recalculated. Distance 44 kilometers. Time is 29 minutes.
This is Badgingarra. Mechanic with a big sign. And of course there is a tavern in the town.
Route recalculated. Distance 43 kilometers. Time is 29 minutes.
As she's carrying on, we cancel all that.
Turn left onto Dodd Street. Then in 80 meters, turn left.
So that is Badgingarra. This is Badgingarra. These places are going back the other way now. Volunteer Bushfire Brigade. The school bus drop, I guess. There's the school's on the other side of the road. Over here. The oval down there. Okay, so back to the main road and on. Okay, run the road again. Eneabba is next. That's 73k away. It's 153 to Dongara. Nice view down the road. And across the paddocks. We just left Badgingarra a short while ago. Love the way the hills are formed up here. And all low shrub because it's coastal, I suppose. We got a roadhouse or something coming up shortly. Is it on the road or is it off road? Might well be a B&B or something. Oh, Warradash. That could be a community. Oh, there's a roadhouse in there. It's on the corner of the road to Carew. Eneabba too, so we'll go in and have a look in there. Left to Lehman, that's the way we came across when we did the run up to Six Chimneys, the first one to move, Shirley's move. Good place to have an overtaking lane start, right beside where everybody's turning right to go into Lehman. Not Lehman, Eneabba. I believe that's the Horsemen's Association, I think that's what it said. It would be the pub, I guess, and the roadhouse. Down here to the supermarket, I believe. Post office and school down here, according to the sign. Well, the town is spread out. There's the supermarket and the post office. This is a Sunday today, incidentally. I'll do a U-turn and come back and film it the other way. Bit of a Regans yard in there, by the looks of things. Maybe we won't film it going out because if we turn left we'll probably wind up back on the main road. Maybe. So, Eneabba. Okay, we've got 81 to go. Well, I missed those. I'm not sure whether they were sheep or little kangaroos grazing on the side of the road. Oh, there you go. Apart from a rabbit, first thing this morning, it's the only live wildlife I've seen. If indeed it was wildlife. We're 30 odd from Dongara at the moment. This looks very much like sand dune country. Looks like. the vegetation. We're getting closer. So we can turn left and go down to Port Tennyson and go into Dongara that way. But we're on the Brand Highway. So we keep going right to the very end and then go in that way. Okay, so we're coming down to the turn off. I just tried to ring Brett and there's no network. Not registered on the network, it said. So that's good.
Turn left on 1 Brand Highway. Continue for about 8 kilometres to 1 Waldeck Street, then keep left onto exit Dongara.
Got a talking and I'm damned if I know how to get rid of her. I have that way with women. Yeah, right. There we are, 6 Chimneys. Although the gate's open. Front gate's wide open.
Do you want to just park along here until you unload and then we'll just back it up next to the 80 there?
I actually tried to ring you from just out of town and there's no bloody service out there.
Yeah, T-junction there is, but not too far, only about 2 k's north of the south of the T-junction. I knew when you said Eneabba, I figured it out. So.
If you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out this video, or maybe browse this playlist. There are over 700 videos just like these on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button, comment, and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.